All right, guys, I'm stoked. This is my first podcast officially after starting my stand-up comedy. I wouldn't call it a career, but whatever the hell I'm doing, I guess open mics and sometimes getting paid. Occasionally. Broken clock is right twice a day, they say. Anyways, my name is Ricky Mccoy. I am a local Columbus comic. I started about a year ago, like 9 months, give or take. Fell in love with it immediately. It started off, I was doing it like one night a week, and now I'm like doing it every single day, or not every single day. Now I'm working, but now I just graduated college, and now I'm starting to level out. I'm trying to find work and trying to work and make money so I can move to Columbus. I live like outside of Columbus. I'm not gonna say where because weirdos, but yeah, that's the gist. I started this podcast. I wanted to have a place I could kind of direct people at my shows. Somewhere else they could go. They like me, they can go here, check me out, give me a follow, give me a listen. I'm gonna start doing these podcasts. I'm not sure. I might do them every 2 weeks. I might do it every week. It just kind of depends on like the flow of my life, I guess. If I start working more, I might have less time for it. If I start doing comedy more because start getting paid more from it, I'll start doing it more. But I like the idea of having like kind of like an audio diary of like bits and possible ideas. I really like Bill Burr's podcast. He has the Monday morning podcast, and he just kind of shoots the shit for like an hour. And if you like watch his stand up consistently, you can kind of see where like his bits develop and become things based on things that happened in said or things he said in the podcast. So I don't know, I like that. I like personally, I like that. See that from other comics. I see the same thing like Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker's podcast is similar to that. A lot of their bits come from things they've talked about, on that podcast. Anyways, a little bit more about me. Man, this is like the most narcissistic. Back to me, like time to talk about myself more. Like this isn't already narcissistic enough. There's like probably 2 billion comedy podcasts, and I'm just like, yeah, but they haven't seen mine yet. Like, this is gonna be the one that like turns it around. What a freaking moron! I sort of, I'm so stupid. Anyway, sorry. I go on rants. That's kind of my thing. Yeah. So what have I been doing recently? I graduated. I haven't had any shows since I graduated, really, but been trying to. I guess because now I don't really know if I'm gonna get any more work. I need to just get more material and just keep going to open mics. That's the real trick to it, though. Is if you just don't go to open mics, you don't get better at it. You have to just keep going and like work on your cadence and stuff, because really, like, that's the only thing that matters. Is like if you keep getting reps, eventually you'll find something. You also have to be very like you have to listen to what people say about your jokes, but also like know who to listen to and who not to listen to, because like, I mean, sometimes people give you like terrible advice on a joke, and you just kind of have to either take the advice because you want them to like you, or you just like completely ignore it. And sometimes that's just the best way to go about it, because the only one who knows if a joke's going to be funny is you know what I mean? And you have to kind of find that, and you start telling a joke a different way, eventually it's going to become someone else's joke. You know what I mean? Because it's not really your idea anymore at that point. Anywho, so like I said, about me, I'm freaking stupid. I'm not a genius by any means. I'm a communications major, which is, I think, universally the most retarded major. Sorry, I'm not allowed to. Well, I don't know. My brother's got like cerebral palsy, so like, does that mean I get the R word? No, that's stupid. That's R word, literally. That's dumb. But yeah, like I don't really take things seriously. I'm kind of I don't really watch the news anymore. I used to be really into it. Like, I remember I really paid attention to that first like Trump election, and then after that I kind of was like, I don't really care. I just don't. You know what I mean? Like, nothing really changes. Like, you watch the news and stuff, and every day something's on fire, or someone's upset at somebody else. It's all the same nonsense. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, how often do you go on the news and they're just like, everything's fine today, it's a good day? You know what I mean? That never fucking happens. It's always just like, oh, everything sucks. Like, what kind of, like, like how is that, like, people like watch the news all the time and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe things are this bad. It's like, no, they're not. You're just watching the news all the time. The news says things suck all the time, so that's what you're gonna think. Anyways, so we're gonna go watch. We're gonna read the news today, and I'm just gonna look up some stories, I suppose, and see what's going on. Hold on, let me check something out. Go on Google. See what's going on Google. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like to be honest with you, I don't. Breaking news story. What's going on? Appeal court allows Trump tariffs to continue temporarily. I don't know anything about these. I don't. This is going to be the Sean Combs former. Oh, yeah, it's Diddy. I forgot. I was like, who the hell is Sean Combs? Like, it recalls his terrifying behavior. I mean, this Diddy stuff is really getting people up in a twist. You know, I was like, oh, he'll be out of jail. I didn't know anything about it. I thought. I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to get out. I thought they were just going to let him out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the music was just good enough. You know what I mean? They kind of did that for MJ. You know, Michael Jackson kind of got that treatment. Like, I don't think he actually did it, though. Like, I actually think MJ was just he was just like a child at heart. You know what I mean? I don't think he did it. R. Kelly did. Man, that guy, he liked to pee on people. Man, Chuck Berry. I said Chuck Berry. Sorry, I took half an edible earlier, so my speech is a little out there. Chuck Berry peed on people too, didn't he? Hold on 1 second. Chuck Berry peeing on people. What? Oh, what? There's a what? I just looked up Chuck Berry, and it says Chuck Berry farts on prostitute. So he didn't pee on somebody, he farted on a prostitute. Okay, well, I kind of smeared his bad word for this. No, hold on. There's another one. All right, so he did pee on people. He just also farted on people, too. So he did a number one and number two. Dude, what is with these people, man? Peeing on people. That's wild. I've never thought of that in my life. That's insane. Oh, my God. Anyways, back to Diddy. What's going on with Diddy? A woman who is only being referred to by the pseudonym Mia testified Tuesday that she worked for Sean Diddy Combs as a personal assistant for several years. She accused Combs of sexually assaulting her on multiple occasions. Okay, All right, this isn't what I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I thought it was gonna be funny. I don't know. God, but I put my foot in my mouth. What's going on in the NBA? I like NBA. What's going on there? NBA latest. What's going on? What's the latest? Oh, what's going on? Are we in the finals? Oh, we're in the conference finals. Shit, I forgot. Oh yeah, it's May. Damn. God, I went to a hole, dude. I don't even know what's going on. I love basketball. I just don't watch as much as I used to. I just don't have time for it, man. Honestly. That's why it's like I don't understand how WNBA, like, how did they expect to get any kind of, like, viewership basis? It's like, what, you're going to watch, you know what I mean? It's like watching NASCAR if they, like, only could go 50 miles an hour. Like why, who's going to pick that over the NBA? And then also, like, women don't even like sports. Like, the only people who go to WNBA games are, like, dads who have daughters that they forced into sports, and they're, like, trying to be like, see, other girls do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone really cares about the WNBA. Honestly. I think it's so weird that the NBA has to pay. You know, the NBA has to pay for the WNBA. Like they just, like, out of pocket. You know, that's strange. It's like, it's so, like, ingrained in our society that people, like, men pay for things. Like, that's kind of, like, the stuff we do, you know? Like, it's so ingrained that we're just kind of cool with the NBA paying for the lives of WNBA players who kind of suck at basketball, like, to be honest. You know? Like, they're just, like, athletic. Like, they're athletic women, but I don't think they're good at basketball. They're very athletic, though. Like, I'm not denying it. I mean, some of them are not very athletic, but, like, a lot of them are. And they're all pretty good. Caitlin Clark's really freaking good at basketball. Like, she I don't know if she'd make it in the NBA, but she's really good. Like, you know what I mean? She can shoot the shit out of it. Like, shooting is a skill in basketball that is, like, you can't take that away from somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I can go and score 100 points in a game against toddlers, and NBA players are not going to look at that and be like, "This guy's awesome." They're like, "Oh, he sucks. He played against toddlers." But like, if you say, "Oh yeah, I hit 15 threes in a game," like even if the defense sucks, you still had to shoot those. You still had to make those shots. That's something you can't like take that away from somebody. You know? The fuck am I talking about? Who cares? WNBA. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like where they went wrong is they treat the NBA. They want women to watch the WNBA, but they film it like a male sport, which is like if you like watch how like a sports game is filmed, like any football, basketball, hockey, they're all kind of, it's like men like Mungo, you know what I mean? Like we just like stare at the screen and just go like, duh, you know what I mean? Until like the game's over and we're like 5-6. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like that's all it is. It's the numbers game. It's like who has the higher number at the end of the game. That's like essentially all sports boil down to math. You know what I mean? Like that's it. It's a sight to behold, to be sure. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I went down a rabbit hole there. Shoot, what was I talking about? Damn it. Yeah, okay, sorry. Like a woman dominated. I feel like where they went wrong is they filmed it, like a male sports game. Like they should film it the way like women, you know what I mean? Like film it like a reality show. You know what I mean? Like after every play, like they should have like like an interview, of them, like kind of like in the Real Housewives, like one of the moms goes up to the other mom and calls her a bitch or something, and then it hard cuts to one of them being like, yeah, and I told Teresa, you know what I mean? Like, and then it goes to that, and then it goes back to the other person, and she's like, oh yeah, I told Denise she's a hoe, you know what I mean? Like, they go back and forth, and you get like the backstory, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool if like basketball was kind of like that, Like, someone gets like a steal and like, makes a layup because they can't dunk, and then it cuts to one of the girls, she's like, she may have stole the ball, but I'm gonna steal her man, you know what I mean? Like, and then they bring like the boyfriends into it, and like the boyfriends are like a part of the show. And they're like up in the crowd, and then like while the game's going on, sometimes they can like beef up and shit, and then like the camera will go, what's going on in the crowd, and it'll like go up into the crowd, and you'll see some like guy in like a turtleneck like beating up some other effeminate husband, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, there's something there. I feel like there's definitely, and honestly, if like they wanted like men to watch it, you know what I mean? Like men watch like the women fighting, like they like women fighting, like they love when chicks fight. Seinfeld has like this early joke. It was like the reason why guys like it when girls fight is because there's a chance they might kiss. I think there's some logic to that, like on some level. You know what I mean? That's probably why guys like the female UFC stuff. You know what I mean? Like maybe, possibly, I don't know. I'm just spitting ideas here. You guys don't have to agree with them. I don't know. I don't really believe in myself, but I'm just saying. I feel like if they wanted more men to watch it, what they should do is like allow women to fight, you know what I mean? Like in hockey, you know what I mean? Just be like, like in hockey, they like throw their gloves off. In in hockey, they throw their gloves off. And in WNBA, they take their shirts off. And because they're the WNBA, they don't have boobs anyway. Oh my god, I'm canceled. Jesus Christ. Fucking 12 minutes in. Oh god. That's not funny. Maybe I'll try it on stage. I don't know. Who fucking cares? No one gives a shit. Oh, man. Wild stuff. What else is going on? Fucking done with the WNBA. Yeah, what is going on? Fucking NBA news. Is there any trades? Yeah, hold on. I was watching the thing. Indiana. Whoa, they beat the Knicks. Who would have fucking thought? Knicks haven't won shit ever. Oh man, I'm just like pissing off the Knicks fan. I don't know, who freaking cares? Anyone who's gonna watch this is probably gonna be in Columbus. I doubt there's any Knicks fans. Why? Who's a Knicks fan anyways? Like they have like the ugliest color scheme in the NBA. It's like orange and navy blue. Like it's like so ugly, dude. Like that's a terrible. And people go like who picked that? Like who picked that color? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Like I like the Lakers. They have good colors. I think. I don't know. Okay, when they have like the black jerseys with the gold on them, that's pretty sweet. All right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty intimidating. I like the Warriors when they have the black and gold. because I'm a Steelers fan, right? My family's from Pittsburgh, so like, that's a big thing for us. We like this black and gold. You know what I mean? God, man. You know what they should do? This is just gonna be me talking about NBA shit. I swear to God. But you know what they should do is, like, if they want like people to watch the NBA, what they need to do is have, like, when NBA players hit a certain age, they just go they go up into a draft for the WNBA, and the WNBA can pick them up on the team, but they can only have one, like, Hall of Famer player, per team. So like LeBron would go to the Los Angeles Sparks or whatever the hell they're called, and he'd be like dunking it and stuff, like, they give him like a wig so he can play the part, and it's like, this just in, LeBron James scores 200 points. Oh my God. Stephanie Curry just freaking dominating. That's the dream right there, is like true call. Like, cause I remember a couple years ago, there was this story. This was like 5-6 years ago, but it was like female wins dunk contest, right? And I was like, dude, it's happening. Like, the females are catching up. You know what I mean? Like, they're winning dunk contests now. I was like, this is amazing. So I click on the story, and the dude. Okay, so they showed the dude dunk, and he jumps over like 3 chairs, he 360s, windmills it. You know what I mean? Like, swear to God, it was like MJ shit. And then the girl comes up, and I'm like, how the fuck is she gonna top this, right? And no, he jumped over people. Sorry, I said he jumped over a chair. She jumped over a chair. She's put up a single, like, one of those like those chairs you'd sit on in like a classroom. You know what I mean? One of those, like you know what I mean? Like, I feel dude, I feel like Bruce Willis right now could probably jump over that. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. I'm not gonna explain that further. But yeah, like, I mean, it's not that tough. I feel like I could jump over it, and so. She dunks it. She barely dunks it. Like, I mean, like, she jumps over it. She doesn't even jump over it. She straddled it. Like, she jumped and she, like, spread her legs out, which I guess is kind of athletic. That is pretty athletic, I would say, but, like, not, you know what I mean, based on height. You know what I mean? So she dunks it, and then she just gets, like, you know what I mean? Like, she gets the win. She got the win. The hell is that? Like, I was like, that's not fair. Like, can you imagine being the guy who he lost to a girl in a dunk contest? And her dunk was worse. You know what I mean? So he has to carry that video around all the time. When people bring that up, like, dude, you lost to a girl. He's like, what? Look at her dunk. Look at it. Look at that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's got to just constantly validate himself. Unless I'm the only one who gives a shit. I'm sure I'm the only one who remembers it. Like, you know what I mean? That was something that I remembered. That was a long time ago. God, I love night coffee. I got off work today. I'm a server in a restaurant, right? And I thought I was going to make good money today. They were like, oh, there's a conference. And I'm like, sweet, I come in. There's like 200 cars in the freaking parking lot. And I come in, I'm like, sweet, I'm going to make some money. They're all leaving. What the hell is that? You know what I mean? So I'm taking orders, you know what I mean? I'm giving away free brownies and stuff, you know what I mean? That's all I do at work, basically. Like, that's every place I've ever worked, I just give away free shit. Like, when I used to work at TJ Maxx, I used to work at a TJ Maxx. Sorry, I talk about stuff sometimes. I used to work at a TJ Maxx, and I remember when women, like girls would talk to me, I would, like, literally, like, I'd just be like, I'd see them looking at something, and I'd be like, how much do you want to pay for that? And they'd be like, oh, like $1. And then I'd, like, rip the tag off and go out and print out another tag for, like, 50 cents. And I'm like, here, it's 50 cents. And that was my big move when I worked at TJ Maxx. That was, like, my go-to. I was like, man, I thought I was the man. I gave away so much free shit. Like, I remember, I don't know if I get in trouble for this. This was, like, 5 years ago. But I remember, like, sometimes when I would ring out people, if I would, like, notice that I didn't ring something up, I would just be like, I would see it in the bottom of the bag, and I'd be like, well, I don't want to take everything back out, so I'd just be like, all right, you can keep it. You know what I mean? Like, I probably gave away, like $1,000 worth of, like, merchandise, like, just by that alone. Like, there was one, because I was working full-time then. It was right before I went into college. I was working full-time there. Man, that was a while ago. That was a long time ago. But yeah, I used to do that all the time, and I remember then they called us in. There was a big, they're like, yeah, this year our theft report was like 30% higher than it normally is. I was like, oh shit, that's me. And it wasn't even, there was like unintentional thefts. Like I was making people criminals, like just because I'm lazy. Is stupid. I was like the weirdest employee when I worked at TJ Maxx because like I was good at my job, but I like just knew what corners I could cut. You know what I mean? Like I knew like in the mornings because they fired the janitor, so then I just was the janitor at school, like that, or at TJ Maxx at school. The floors looked exactly like a school. It was like an old school. And what I had to do in the morning, I had to like clean bathrooms, and then I had to clean the floors and buff them with the buffer machine. And I was the only person, I read the manual. There was a manual that came with the buffer machine, and I read the manual. So I was the only one who knew how to fix and also break the buffer machine. So there was like this thing, I think it was like a fuse or something. There was like a little fuse box in the back. And I read the manual, and it said if you take this one out, basically it was like the one that went to the starter, like, you know what I mean? Kind of like a start, like the same thing in like a car, I guess. And I just pulled it out. And so then when I started working part-time, I was worried that they're going to fire me. So when I went to part-time, I'd work like the weekends. So on Sunday night when I'd leave, I would take out the fuse and I'd keep it. And then when I come in Friday morning, they would be like, Ricky, the buffer machine's on the fritz. We need you to fix it. And then I would get underneath it and I'd be like, well, it's going to take about like an hour. It might take me a little bit to fix this. So then I would just sit there on my phone for like an hour and a half pretending to fix this buffer machine, and then I'd finally get it started and then I'd start buffing. But like, it was like 2 years of that, like just like doing weird shit to like get away with stuff. I remember I gave away my discount. Like I remember, like I would just give my discount to people like all the time. I would like people would come through and I'd be like, "Oh, that's a red hat. I like red hats. 10% off." You know what I mean? Like that was just my entire existence at TJ Maxx, was just giving away free shit. And now that I'm a server, I do the same thing. Like that's all I do. Like if I can give someone free stuff, I like it. I think it's funny. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It really stems back to when I was in high school, because I was on prom committee in high school on accident. I wasn't supposed to be on prom committee. I was like, I would stay after. I played basketball. I was obsessed with basketball. Another story. But I would stay after school and I'd play basketball like by myself in the gym. And then they would have like stuff going on in the main gym, like, you know, volleyball games and stuff. And what happened was, the way it was in our school, if you wanted to get on prom committee, you had to volunteer a certain amount of hours, and you get a free prom ticket, and you get out of a couple days of school to go set up for prom committee. And that was the big thing. And I didn't give a shit about that. I honestly, all I wanted to do was play basketball. I didn't care about that. But what would happen was I'd be playing basketball, and the athletic director come in and be like, "Hey, well, the person they couldn't show up today. So can you go handle this? Can you be like the door person?" And I'd be like, okay." And they'd be like, "Sure, I'll put your name down for prom committee." I was like, "Oh, I don't give a shit. Like I don't care." And then so they would think that like they like, you know, scammed me out of like time. Right. So then I'd be like annoyed, because I was like, I want to play basketball. You know what I mean? Like, this is my time. You know what I mean? I'm exhausted. I want to play basketball. So I'd be sitting up there, you know, being the doorman, and I would just let everyone in. I'd be like, "You're in. Go ahead. You're good. You're good." I remember one time this old man got pissed at me, and he made me make him pay. And I got to tell you, it made me feel like shit, because I was just like, dude, like this guy is so honest that he's holding other people accountable for being dishonest. Like, that's how honest this guy was, a good person at heart, and I'm just a little scum whore, you know what I mean? Just not giving a shit. I wasn't like a bad kid. I just would do weird shit. Like I would do weird things that would probably get most kids in trouble. But I don't know. High school was weird. Yeah. So then I ended up on prom committee, like on accident. That scenario happened like probably 15 times, where someone was like didn't show up, so they'd ask me to do it. And then I'd let in 500 people for free, and then they would basically, like, I'd cut into the profits. Like, they'd probably, the school was, like, out $500 for hosting a freaking volleyball game, because I was letting people in for free. And I remember the athletic director said to me, he's like, "Dude," he's like, "What's going on? Like the profits are just not here this semester. Like, what's going on?" And I was just like, I don't know. There was one time we did a football game, it was a girls' soccer game, and I was out in the concession stand, and the guy was like, "You get to have one free drink." And the guy was supposed to hang out with me and help me run the concession. He was a full grown-ass adult. And he was like, "I'm going to help." Like, he was supposed to help, but he just left. So then I was there running the concession stand. I was like, screw this guy. So I tied my sweatshirt sleeves together and I filled the sweatshirt up with like 15 Gatorades and I went home with them. And I don't even think I drank them. I think that was more of just a pride thing. I just wanted to have, you know what I mean? I just wanted to show that guy I could steal his Gatorades. And he was like, there's cameras in here. And I'm like, the fuck, there's cameras in here. The fucking toilet doesn't even flush. You're telling me there's cameras in here? Bullshit. The stuff they say, like about like technology sometimes is so fucking funny because it's like, they'll be like, oh, like I remember when I was a cashier, they told me, they're like, yeah, and if you ever think about stealing anything, the cameras can zoom in and read the serial code off of $1. They're that strong. And I'm like, I know that those kind of cameras do exist. I'm aware that technology exists. However, I am not believing that a TJ Maxx in the middle of bumfuck nowhere has access to freaking like spy tech. You know what I mean? Like, that's bullcrap. It's like, you don't have to lie to me. You know what I mean? Like you can tell me, hey, if you steal, you might get away with it for a while, but we'll figure it out, and then you're gonna get arrested. That's a more effective deterrent than being like, oh, the fucking Terminator is gonna come out of the freaking toilet in the bathroom and grab you and pull you in, like fucking take me to hell. Like, it's dumb. I don't like when people lie to me. That's like a big thing for me. Like, I don't like when people lie to me. Like, that's not what a unique position to hold. I don't like people lying to me. I'm a freaking idiot. I'm over here talking like, oh, I'm so deep. You know, freaking moron. It's such a dumb. I don't like when people lie to me. Who does? Well, I guess like fat people do. I bet they do. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, that's mean. I'm sorry if you're fat. I'll probably be fat one day. It's bound to happen. My whole family's pretty obese. That's pretty wild. Well, not my immediate family, but just like my extended family. Love them to death. They're great people, but man, they put it back, man. They really stack on the lbs. Let me tell you, big dog. All right, Jesus. Whew. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh man, I'm trying to get into the comedy fest. They sent out the email today, and it was like we'll be letting everyone know. And I'm pretty sure it's the first round, so it's just the headliners, is what my friend said. But I have no idea. I might get on, I might not. I hope I do. If I get on, that'd be really big for me, because then I can market a little bit more, which I need to do. All right, I need to get clips of me doing comedy up online just to have that out there, you know. Like, but I gotta be honest with you, it's not. I need to get my real life. I need to get more balance in my life, and I want to start working more and making more money, because right now I'm a little financially challenged. A lot of credit card debt. Well, I guess every college student has credit card debt. Man, graduating was a weird experience, because graduating was weird, because I'm sitting there and I'm an asshole. Like, this is just like I am an asshole. I can't help but be an asshole sometimes. And I took a personality test one time, and it told me I was an agreeable one, which means I'm like an asshole. Like, I don't, anytime people say it, I don't buy anything anyone tells me at all. And I'm just a dick. So I'll be honest, I have a very negative outlook on college. I think college is a scam. I think it's for stupid people who want to feel smart. Like I wholeheartedly believe that. I took so many classes with people who thought they were very intelligent and like really were going out of their way to like put that out there, but they're just stupid. You know what I mean? I feel like college is just you're buying a piece of paper so you can tell other people how smart you are, even though you're probably not, because ChatGPT fucking probably took all your classes. Everyone wants to pretend like they didn't do that, but like that's what was going on. I remember I just have a very I slept in my car, and I'd be like listening to these people talking about their college experience, and they'd be like, man, I didn't get any work done this weekend. And I'm like, dude, I was literally like listening to a homeless person give a blowjob the other night, and like they're freaking, oh my god, I'm sorry that the traffic outside your house was loud in the dorms. The fucking kegger like ran out too early last night, or whatever the fuck. I've never been to a party. I don't know what keggers. Well, I've seen that 70s show, so that's my experience on party. Anytime I want to feel like I'm gonna be like I'm a party person, I'm like, I'll watch that 70s show episode, and I'll just believe that is my reality. I always thought that that's what life was gonna be like when I was a kid. Like high school was just gonna be like hanging out with your friends all the time. That's not what it was like for me. I played basketball by myself, and then I would go home and play video games by myself, and then I would complain
to other people about being by myself. It was a very weird thing. I was really stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a smart person. I was gonna be a fireman at one point. Like I told people I was like I'm gonna be a fireman, and then I looked in the mirror and I was just like, would I like if I was going to like if I was saving myself, would I trust me as a fireman? Probably not. Like if I saw my wiry ass going up that ladder, give me your hand. I'd rather die because there's no way you're gonna be able to help me. You know what I mean? Like it's not. There's no way. I reality check. That is God. I had two. That's reality check 2 right there. Reality check 1 was when I was playing basketball because I really wanted to go to college and play basketball. I went up to Heidelberg. I was playing with these Division 2 players, and not even like a great, like they weren't even great players, but they were just better than the people I was used to playing. And I remember there was this kid. He was the exact same size as me, and I was playing defense on him, and he did a spin move, and he pivoted. He like drop stepped into a dunk. He was the same height as me, and he drop stepped dunk. I'm not that tall. I'm kind of tall, not that tall. Dude, freaking dunked it. And he was white. I was like, Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, not that matters. But I mean, like, it's more likely. But no, he freaking tomahawked it, and I was just like, dude. I was like, yeah, all right. And then you know what happened? We did like 4 hours of practice, and I was so spent. And usually I was the dude who was like staying. Like I would stay after practice and just hang out. And fucking, I fell asleep in a gym one time. That's how late Another story. Jesus Christ, I have so many stories. We'll get to it. I don't know. I'm just because it's kind of like a rant. I'm not really talking about my day to day right now. I have an open mic tomorrow. I'm excited about it. I have like this new joke I've been working on. I've been doing this joke about my dad, and I really like it. So far, it actually surprised me. I told it on accident because I had this whole bit written out. It was a new bit, and I was gonna try it. And for some reason at open mics, I will just bail on material. Like I will be just thinking about it, and I'm like, nah, it's not ready, and I'll just won't do it. And a lot of time I'll revert back to old material, but for some reason this night I was like, nah, I was like, I'll just tell this new story. It was mostly comics in the room, which is probably why I kind of went that way with that, because I feel like comics don't really care about material. They want to just they want to, if you want to make them laugh, you have to be honest. You kind of have to be like more off the cuff, you know what I mean? Like you can't just be like rehearsing your set and expecting people to like laugh at it, like that. If like regular people who aren't at open mics all the time, yes. People who are at open mics all the time, no, they don't want to hear that shit. I don't think, anyways. Sometimes they laugh. Sometimes there's some really cool people in the scene, man. Like there's some people that every time I see them, they got so much energy, and I come walking up, and sometimes I'm like Joe personality, and then most of the time I walk around, I'm like freaking, hello darkness, my old friend, I can act like an idiot. Most of the time, that's only when I'm stoned, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just, like, when I'm stoned, I'm just, like... I feel like I'm just more focused. Like, I can focus more. But, like, when I'm not stoned, I'm just, like, I'm thinking of everything in the room. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, my God, there's a door. There's a person. There's this. There's that. Like, I'm just, like, jumping around. I don't know if that's anxiety, because I've never been to the doctor. I don't think I'll ever go to the doctor for anything that I complain about. Ugh. I had to burp myself like a child. Because I drank this coffee. God, night coffee's the best. I love night coffee. That is like my favorite thing. I love a good cup of coffee. Not cold coffee. Cold coffee sucks. I hate when people say that. They're like, I love coffee, and they just mean like the Starbucks sugar milkshake that happens to be coffee flavored. That's not coffee. Like, I'm sorry, it's not coffee. That's just an expensive reason to go get coffee. That's all that is. It's an expensive way to get caffeine. You're spending $6. It's not even more than that. I don't even know because I don't go to Starbucks. But that's so much. That is so much. I buy crap coffee. And you know what I do? I put milk in it to make it crappier. And sometimes I let that milk sit out. And those are my crazy-ass dogs downstairs. I don't know if you guys can hear them. They're going nuts right now. I have a beagle. I have 2 golden retrievers. And we birthed the puppies a couple years ago. The mom, she had puppies, and we kept one of the babies, and we raised the puppies. I might put a picture up. I don't know. I probably should put a picture up of me too. Shit, so you guys know who I am. Like a link to my other shit. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was mowing today because I live on a farm. So I was mowing, and mowing takes forever when you live on a farm. So I was mowing. And what you do when you live on a farm to make the work not suck is you get inebriated, right? So I took an edible, and I'm mowing, and I thought I was doing such a good job. Like in my head, I was like killing it. Like I was like, dude, I'm getting so fast. Like I was just murdering this grass. Like I was like, this is the best day ever. And I get off the mower, and mind you, I'm shit faced. Like I just got home from work. Like I just was like, I'll take an edible and I'll ride. So I'm mowing, and my dad he goes, what the hell happened out there? And I'm like, what? And he goes, dude, you didn't turn the mower blade on. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm so stupid. Like, I literally, I was so stoned, I didn't even notice. Like, that is the dumbest shit. I haven't done that in years. Like, that is so stupid. I just did that. Like, that's how dumb. That's the thing, though, is like when you live on a farm, like you're, like, so far from people that there's no one, like, I'm sure, like, you can't get high and mow your grass in, like, a suburban neighborhood, you know what I mean? Because your neighbors can see you, like, you know what I mean? Like, if one of their kids or dogs get loose, you're fucking... God, one time I killed a family of raccoons. Jesus Christ, I told this story on stage and I got called a racist because I said raccoon or something. I can't remember. I don't know racial phrases. Like I'm not like that's not. I didn't grow up with that. You know what I mean? Like I grew up with like I played basketball and stuff. So like I heard like other black kids say things, but I never was around like white people who did it. So like I just wasn't around it. Like I always played basketball though, so I was always around like black people, but I was around like white people who were like cool with it. So like when I hear like all like people talk about things like racial stuff, especially regarding white people, like it's like not my world. You know what I mean? Because that wasn't where I was. You know what I mean? So like, and I was so like secluded from people that I didn't have like exposure to like the like racist or racist side of life, if that's a word. I don't know. Anyways, so one morning I mowed at night. And I told my dad I was going to mow all day. I mowed like the last hour of the day. It got too dark. I was like, all right, I'm going to put the mower in, go to bed. So I left it in the front yard because, again, we live on no one's going to steal it. Like, we live on a farm, so we just leave it. I left it there. I was like, I'll wake up tomorrow morning, get it done real quick. It was just like there was like half a section left, so it was like, it would take me like an hour. So I wake up the next morning. It's pretty early in the morning. The mower deck is down, and I get up on it. I turn on the mower. And then I turn on the mower blade, and all I hear is zing, 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 zing. And I look out the side, and dude, like, oh my God, there was like two, probably, I think it was two or three. I couldn't tell. Like, that's the thing is, I couldn't tell how many raccoons were sleeping under there. It was like two or three. It had to have been two or three because I counted like 4 arms. That's the thing is like there's 4 arms that I could see. Like they got tore up by this mower blade, and me and my dad have an interesting relationship because like that was like my job, like growing up. Like my job was to like bury dead animal bodies. Like that was something I was just like I helped when our dog got hit by a car, I helped my dad bury him. And then after this, I remembered where my dad had buried the dog. So I was like, oh, I'll bury the raccoons. Like I felt bad. So I took the So I took the raccoon parts to where the dog was buried. And I started burying them, right? And my dad sees me, right? And he goes, Rick! And I think he's mad at me because I killed the raccoons. And he goes, you're going to bury them there? I was like, what? And he goes, that's where we bury our animals. He wasn't even mad that I killed a family of raccoons. He was only mad that I was burying them with our pets. Like he was like mad that I was burying vermin, I guess, which was so funny. Me and my dad had a weird relationship because we when I was younger, it was more like authority figure, a lot more like discipline and stuff. But then we caught a field on fire one time, right? We have these big piles of brush, and you kind of like over winter, you kind of stack them up whenever like trees fall and stuff. You just like pick them up as you can. Like, but they're all over the property. We live on a farm. So me and my dad, we'd go out and burn these piles, and he usually did it by himself. But like this was like I was old enough to like do this with him, right? So I'm helping him, and he gives me, I'm in charge of the blowtorch, which, That's pretty cool. Like, I'm pretty stoked that I'm in charge of the blowtorch. I'm pretty amped about this blowtorch. So I'm like, I'm lighting everything. Every time anything that can be burned, I'm lighting with this thing, right? And we do the first 2 piles, no problems. Like, it was all like, paint by numbers. We were killing it, right? Then we get to the 3rd pile, and it's way farther up on the property. The grass is like dry and it's dead. It's like kind of like the peak of spring. I can't remember quite like what part of the year it was, but it was a little bit. It was like mid-spring, I'd say. It's kind of cold, but it's like dry. So I got a little overconfident with the blowtorch, and I started I lit the fires in like way too many spots, and my dad couldn't keep up with the with like putting them out. So we were burning all the brush, and I lit too many spots, and the grass caught on fire around it because it was so dry, and it started spreading, right? So my dad's up on the tractor, and he's like trying to put the fires out as it's like spreading up the hill, and I couldn't help him because I didn't have any tools. So he's like, Rick, go get the shovel. And I'm like, awesome. The shovel's like probably like a mile and a half to the house. Like, that's how far away it is. This is really far. And I'm in these freaking Frankenstein boots because I didn't have boots. My dad gave me his old boots, and he was like a size 10, and I was like in 2nd grade. So I'm like a size 6 wearing a size 10 and a half. So I'm running down this hill in Frankenstein boots with freaking overalls on. The field's on fire behind me. I like so much fire that I couldn't breathe. Like, that's how bad it was. And I get up the hill. I ran as fast as I could. Like, I don't think I was running that fast. In my head, I was like, dude, I'm slow as shit. But I get back, and my dad is like, he looks at me like I was a fucking superhero, because he is not doing a good job at keeping this fire contained. It is spreading. It's way worse. It's like probably twice the size it was when I left. And I got 2 shovels. I got one for him, one for me. And me and him just went to work. Like, we were just like fucking slamming dirt on these fires, and we put the fire out. Like, we were able to put the fire out. It took us like an hour. Like, we were fucking just crushing it. And I probably saved my dad from going to jail, because that definitely would have been a child endangerment charge, because that's like goddamn, I could have fucking died like in a fiery inferno. You know what I mean? Like, if the fire developed a certain way, or if I was stupid. You know what I mean? Like, if I was stupid, I would have died probably, and I would have ran right into the fire and just killed myself. Like that's, I don't know. But yeah, we after that, I remember me and my dad were really chill. Like, after that, we were all pretty. He kind of like trusted me a lot more. He'd be like, "Hey, Rick, can you go can you cut the grass?" Yeah, he wouldn't check on me. He wouldn't check on my work as much. It was cool. It was good moments in our lives, God, what else have we done? One time, we had this mower, and we were taking the tire off, right? And I don't know why this was, but I remember the way it was explained to me was some tires, like mower tires. It might have been a go-kart tire. I think that might have been why it did this. But like, when you're like taking the bolts off, the fucking, what are they called? The nuts, whatever. When you're taking those off, one of them is like for some reason it's like attached to the air supply. So when you take it out, the air comes out with it. So if you take it out too far, then the bolt will just shoot out. I'm not sure like why it was like that, but that's what it was like. And I was helping my dad do that, and my leg was like perfectly adjacent with my upper thigh was like adjacent with the with the bolt, and I was ratcheting it out, and my dad was like watching me, and he was being a huge dick. Like, he was like cussing me. He's like, "What do you call that ratchet? You're doing it so slow, Rick. You're doing it too slow." Freaking out, the entire time. That's the thing is also, I learned how to work with my dad. You just let him blow himself out. You know what I mean? Like, you let him freak out long enough, it like rolls over until like he becomes apologetic. He's like, "I'm sorry. I'm just stressed out about work. I'm just so sorry." So like, you just let him get mad enough to where he feels bad, and then he apologizes. That was my strategy with my dad, which was fun. So I'm with him, and he's yelling at me, and then as I'm ratcheting out this thing, the bolt shoots out, and what's it called? The thing that's connected to the bolt, it like came off, and it hit me in my thigh, but it looked like it hit me in the dick. And my dad was like super apologetic like immediately, and I seen how apologetic he was, so I just completely hammed it up. I was like, oh, I totally pretended like I got hit in the balls. Like, I was like, this is, I hammed it up. I was like, dude, you messed me up, man. Am I going to be able to have kids? Like, I made him feel like shit over that, and it was so funny. And I never corrected him. I never corrected him. He still thinks that he messed me up. He still apologizes for it. It's so funny. But I learned that from him. Right? Like, cause I seen him do that to my mom one time, right? Where he did something and made her like so my mom, when my mom would get mad, she'd like notoriously she'd just peel out of the driveway. That was like her thing. She would always peel out of the driveway, and we lived on a farm, so like I probably said that like 8 times. You know, I take a shot every time I say I live on a farm. But my mom would peel out of the driveway. One day she did it in my dad's truck, and the gate was down, and he had his toolbox. And my grandpa had recently died. It was my grandpa's toolbox, right? And my mom peels out of the driveway, leaves, comes back 10 minutes later. Toolbox is gone. So we're like, my dad's like, that was my dad's toolbox. He's like losing his mind. And my mom, like, she never apologizes. So she's like, I'm sorry. Like, she is so upset. Verbatim, like, I am so upset. I'm so sorry. She completely, like, forgave all the stuff she was upset about that night because of how upset my dad was. Like that's, like, powerful stuff. Like, if you get a woman to stop in her tracks when she's, like, set a course on anger, like, that's a big deal. Like, that's a big deal. So my dad, I think he recognized that. And the next day I come into the garage. And I'm probably the only person in my I've worked with my dad enough to know what his tools look like. So I walked into the garage and I seen the toolbox sitting on his counter. I was like, Dad, isn't that the toolbox? And he goes, yeah, it is, son. And I was like, does Mom know? And he goes, no, and she's not going to know. Oh my God, it's so funny. That's so funny. I love my dad for that kind of stuff. Oh my God. It's so funny. You know what's funny is this whole podcast has just been me talking about stupid shit that I don't normally talk about. But that's what it's about. That's the breaks, you know. I seen that movie, this was Sinners or whatever. Me and my girlfriend went, right? And you know what I love about having a cool girlfriend? And this is just like a really this is just me. This might just me. I like when the girl, she goes, you know what? I'll drive. You can get like take an edible before you go. That's freaking awesome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna enjoy this movie way more now. Thanks. That's great. That was so awesome. I paid for the movie. I got the popcorn. But you know what? You drive. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? You get a free movie. I'll pay. You know what I mean? I like that. I like that split. I'll take that. You know what I mean? That's cool with me. And it was awesome. I like that movie. That movie was awesome. I like the ending, especially. Like, I like, what was, for instance, Michael B. Jordan. He's like Tommy gunning a bunch of Klan members. I like that. I thought that was funny. I like the ending was just like so abrupt. Like, it was just like there's all this vampire shit. And then at the very end, it was just, and now time for the Klan member. Like, I like how the movie about vampires didn't climax at vampires. It climaxed at him killing Klan members. Like, that was the climax of the movie. Like, that's wild to me. I love that. That's how they wrote the movie. That movie was wild. Haley B. Steinfeld or whatever. I didn't like her in Edge of 17. God, that movie was annoying. That's probably why, you know what, can I be honest? It's so funny because when I was a kid, I would get so annoyed with certain characters in certain movies. Like, I'd be like, I fucking hate this person. I hate them. Like, that was how I would react to, like, their, like, acting. But as an adult, I'm like, well, maybe that's how they were supposed to come across, you know? Maybe they're just good actors, and I shouldn't be such an asshole about it, you know? Edge of 17, I thought the character was annoying, and I was like, oh, wait, is she a bad actor, or do I just hate the character? And I rightly deduced it was the character. Haley B. Steinfeld, or whatever the hell her name is, Haley Seinfeld. Is it Seinfeld? Is she related to Seinfeld? No fucking way. Is she? All right, ChatGPT, tell me. Is Jerry Seinfeld related to Haley B. Seinfeld? All right. Oh, it's Steinfeld. All right. Well, I think I said that, didn't I? And did I change it in my head? God, maybe how much fucking edible did I take? I took a little bit. It wasn't that much. I could fly a helicopter right now. Jesus. Daughter of Sherry Nade. Okay, I don't care about her backstory. Can I be honest? I don't care about actors' lives. I don't care about what they're doing. Like, they're like, everyone's like, oh my God, did you hear what he said? Do you know who he voted for? I don't give a shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. Like, as long as, like, if you can play Darth Vader effectively, you can be a complete asshole off stage. I don't care about that. Like, I don't need celebrities to be good people. You know what I mean? I just don't care. Like, I just don't care. You know what I mean? Because no one's a good person. You know what I mean? Like, everyone runs a red light every once in a while. Everyone's got their fucking lines in the sand they won't cross, and the lines in the sand they will. It's just the light. It's just the freaking shake of it. Who cares? I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit. I like people. You know who I don't like? I don't like the guy who played, what's his name? Jaden Smith. I don't like him. That's who I don't like. I don't like that kid. He's just like, he thinks he's so smart. Like, Jesus, dude. Like, his shit just don't stink. Like, he just walks around just talking like he's a philosopher all day, you know what I mean? Writing poetry, you know? I don't even know if he writes poetry. I'm assuming he writes poetry. Like, I'm assuming that's what he does in his free time. Like, he's just looking and he's like, oh, roses are red. Violets are... He just can't figure it out. He's just, like, can't piece it together. You know, he's 4D chess, you know? He sees so deeply into the matrix, he can't see what's right in front of his face. His mouth's writing checks his body can't cash. That's Top Gun reference. The original Top Gun, not the new one. I hadn't seen the new one, but I assume it sucks. I don't watch movies, man. Like if I see a title from something I already like, Ghostbusters, I'm not watching it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Those movies ended. I don't care about anything else. All right, make good movies. I've been playing the same video game for freaking my entire life. I've played Fallout New Vegas 25 freaking times. You know why? Because nothing has come out since that I like. Everything sucks. And I'm done with it. I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like, everything's disappointing. It's always just like, oh, another $30, you'll be satisfied, and you give them the money, and then they give you nothing. You get a video game that's crap. I'm going to call this the Everything Rocks podcast. That's what I'm going to call it, because it's so positive. Yeah, that's what we're calling it. It's going to be the Everything Rocks podcast. That was what my original podcast was called. And you know what? It still applies. I'm still the same asshole. I don't agree on anything. Man, do I have any shows coming up? Well, I'm waiting to get, do I have any shows coming up? I got to wrap it up here in a minute. Let's go on Reddit. Let's read a Reddit thing. Let's see what's going on Reddit. I'll read a funny Am I the Asshole post and we'll talk about it. How about that? All right. All right, hold on. This is from 3 years ago, so this isn't like super. But I think meditation has brought me to the realization that I am an asshole. I'm reading these off Reddit, by the way. This is not me. I am not. Please don't clip this, or do. I don't really fucking care. I think meditation has brought me to the realization that I am an asshole, or I have done a lot of asshole things. I have lacked compassion, being selfish, and downright deceptive. I suffer from addiction, CPTSD. I am dyslexic as shit. That was really hard to read. Which has been mostly untreated. Mostly untreated? What does that mean? What does that mean? You go to the doctor, but you don't take the medicine? Like, what does that mean? Now I am in recovery and also in therapy, but I honestly wasn't aware of how much of a colossal asshole I have been to myself and loved ones. All right, come on. Like, this is not funny. Like, come on. Make it funny. Kindly. So far, he hasn't said anything. All right, he didn't say anything. It wasn't a story. All right, hold on. Here's a good one. How much time do I have? Like 7 minutes. All right. Last year, one of my friends was a racist and an overall horrible person to two of my best friends. He didn't write that right. It's Reddit. They don't. Sorry. So I'm auto correcting it as I read. So like, give me a break here. So we stopped talking to him. After a few months, he tried talking to us again, but pretended that he. Jesus fucking Christ! Who wrote this? Freaking Mungo wrote this. After a few months, he tried to talk to us again, but pretended he didn't know why we stopped talking. We explained everything, but he still acted like nothing bad had happened. When he saw my friends had stopped messaging him again, Jesus Christ, this is written so stupid. When we stopped messaging him again, he just discarded my friends. All right, so what did he do? He was being racist? Oh, okay, well, like, what was, like, shouldn't have said what he said. It's very vague. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't know. So these people suck. Am I an asshole? All right, here's a good one. All right, am I an asshole for being an affair baby? My father had an affair, and the result is me. My mother is no longer around for reasons, in quotations. Anyway, my father lost his job, and we have been driven from our village. His family wants nothing to do with us because he's a cheater, in all capital letters, cheater. He now works at a dirt factory. What the hell is a dirt factory? What country is this? Oh, it's Connecticut. All right, cool. No, just kidding. You friggin' Bridgeport, Connecticut, people. You know what I'm talking about. It's just a highway between, Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it. It's fine. Father asked if we could have a Christmas dinner at his ex-wife's in children's house, and when we got there, his children all got 100 presents each. To which I watched them open through the living room window because I'm not allowed to cross their doors. Jesus Christ! So hold on, you had to go over to his ex-wife's house and just sit outside. Who would bring? Why would he even bring you? Just leave you at home at that point. Your dad sounds like an asshole. Jesus Christ, that's terrible. God, Connecticut sucks. At dinner, one of my half-siblings tossed me a can of generic dog food with a bent fork. Oh my God. So they're... Jeez. All right. I heard my father yelling. They could have at least let me in the house or given me some old leftovers to eat. Some stale bread. His ex-wife said, I'm not her responsibility. And she has no more emotional labor to spare on an affair baby that wormed their way into their life. All right. That's not his fault. That's not his... if your husband wouldn't have wormed his way into some other bitch, you know what I mean? Like, this kid wouldn't have wormed his way into your life, you freaking idiot. Like, that's so dumb. That's really dumb. Man, I'm not. This made me sad. My siblings, my grandparents, my father's high school football coach, Kim Jong-un, have been blowing up my father. Oh. Okay, so this is fake. Okay, that was fake. All right, well, I feel duped. That's why you don't believe everything you read on the internet, guy. God, there's a lot of freaking morons, dude. They go on Facebook and they get all their news on Facebook, and they're like walking around like they're freaking Socrates, like oh, I'm just I got it all figured out. It's like, dude, you take everything you learn from Facebook and apply it to real life, and you think that's like normal. Like, it's not normal. It's weird. You know what I mean? I read things on Instagram Reels all the time. You know what I think? It's bullshit. Because you know what? Someone's reading it. Someone's writing that shit. It's not like a doctor wrote it. It's probably some idiot in their basement. You know what I mean? Like writing the stupid motivational. You know my least favorite thing people say is it's like it's not about A, B, and C. It's actually about X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like it's not about how fast you run. It's about how long you can run fast. Yeah, it's just I just made that up. I don't know if that's from anything, but like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like shit like that, like sayings like that in movies just bug the shit out of me. Because it's just like, it's the easiest thing to say. It's like, but like if you say that in real life, people look at you like you're a douchebag. But we watch people in movies do that, and we're like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. I take that advice. You know what? God, I don't know if anyone ever watches the Dire Wimpy Kid movies, but I remember. I mean, this might have been just me being grown up in a weird household situation, but like this was just my experience. There's a scene in the last Dire Wimpy Kid movie. The car like blows up and they're on the side of the road and everyone's like pissed off at each other. And then Greg Heffley gives their family a big motivational speech, and the family rallies and they're able to make it to their event on time or whatever the fuck. I don't remember. I haven't seen the movie in 10 years, but so. I was like, okay, so they go to they rally, right? The kid is able to turn everyone around with a, thrilling motivational speech, that shit doesn't work in real life. That does not work in real life. I remember one time, something similar happened, not same scenario. We had some turmoil and my family's down in the dumps. And I remember I was like, and I tried to give a rousing speech to my family. I remember I was like, Mom, you worked your ass off on dinner. We can do it. And then I remember my mom just looked at me and she goes, Ricky, shut the hell up. It's just, like, there's something about a kid telling you to suck it up that makes you so mad. Like, even if it's positive, you're just like, shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what life is. You haven't had your first heartbreak. You know what I mean? You haven't had someone look at you and tell you you suck when you're trying your best. Like, until then, you can't tell people to, like, chill out. Like, once, like, you know what I mean? People who have, like, gone through things and can remain positive, that's a skill. But, like, people who just are positive despite going through things, like, you know what I mean? Like, Kim Kardashian, like, Jesus Christ, that woman. God, I hate everything she's ever said. I don't, God, I know that makes me stupid, but, like, I know she's, like, I don't hate her. Like, I don't hate her as, like, a person. I'm sure she's a good person, right? But, like, you got to understand from my perspective, she's like the female equivalent of Shaq, you know? Like, Shaq is an idiot. Shaq kind of is fake, and I'm pretty sure he's kind of a dirtbag, like, in real life. Like that's why he does that over promotion where he's, like, always giving to homeless people and stuff. You know what I mean? He does that because, you know, he wants people to like him because he's probably kind of a dirtbag in real life. Like, I mean, like Kobe kind of said he cheated on his wife. It's not me. I'm saying it's probably. I'm not saying anything. I'm not gonna like slander this person. I'm just saying Kobe said some shit about him. I like Kobe. I think he's a valid source. That's all I'm gonna say. Kim Kardashian, kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? She does all this, like, nice shit. You know what I mean? She's, like, trying to get people out of prison with her, you know, her fucking Barbie law degree, and you know, she's doing that, and to cover up, you know, the Diddy parties and all the other weird shit she was doing. You know, scamming people out of money with her freaking bullcrap beauty line. Freaking, oh, look at buy Skims. It's a freaking, some Chinese kid made it for freaking 10 cents in Thailand. And she's charging freaking $2,000 for it over here. It's great. And, like, and then she gets on there and she's like, I care about my fans. No, you don't. You don't. You know who cared about their fans? Stephen Marbury, the basketball player. He literally made his own brand basketball shoes, the Starberries, just so poor kids get. That guy cares about people, all right? You don't care about people, Kim K. If that's even your real name. It probably is. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, she's like the female. Okay, sorry. She's like the female version of Shaq. So I went down a rabbit hole there. You're, like, really seeing how an ADHD person, like, goes through thought processes. But she's like the female equivalent of Shaq. Like literally, like, she has done everything Shaq has done. You know what I mean? She had some weird sex shit. You know what I mean? Shaq, he's a cop. Like, he's an honorary, like, sheriff deputy somewhere. Like, he that's true. Look that up. He's an honorary cop. What did Kim K do? She got her law degree. You know what I mean? Is she actually a lawyer? No. Is he actually a cop? No. But they have their degrees and they're BS. They both go out of their way to help people. You know what I mean? Like, they both put, like, millions of dollars in the right accountant's hands, and they have made billions off of, like, their accountants. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Shaq gave his money to the right people, and they invested very wisely. And he's very smart. He is not a business guru. The people he pays are business gurus. Like, Kim K, same thing. Like, I don't think she's a genius at all. Like, she's not a freaking businesswoman. You think she's not just, like, reading a script? Like, when she's on her stupid show where that one guy is always walking around with a beard who doesn't do anything. Like, screw that show. It's just stupid. I am an asshole. Jesus Christ. Everything rocks. You know, that's the name of the show. All right, we're at an hour 3. I kind of went 3 minutes over, but anyways, this is the gist of the show. I'm just gonna rant and rave for an hour and talk about nonsense. That's gonna be the new format of this show. When I used to do the podcast, I used to play video games and talk at the same time, but I just felt like it just became me playing video games and occasionally having something to say. This felt pretty natural. I kind of felt, I don't know. Hope you guys like it. I don't know. Anyways, follow me on Instagram. I'm Ricky McCoy Comedy. Check me out. I'm in Columbus. I perform a couple nights a week right now, maybe more in the future, depending on how this goes. But this is, like I said, this is the first part of my podcast. I will post a link on my Instagram. And anyways, hope it was good. Hope I made you laugh at least once. God, it's burped. That was a coffee burp too, which is brutal. It's like the worst burps, the worst of its kind. Especially like when it hangs in the air and it's just like a coffee burp. You know what I mean? It just sits there. It just sits in your face. You know what I mean? Like a guy mooning you. It just sits there and looks at you. You know. Anyways, thank you follow my. I'll leave my links and stuff in the description, and try to maybe come see me live sometime. That'd be cool. Anyways, thanks again, guys. Bye.